Today, I'm going to start a new series on this channel called The Artist Radar. I'm going to give you guys 5 artists per video, varying from about 100 monthly listeners to around 150,000 monthly listeners, to keep you guys in the loop and have some new talent on your radar. For this series, I specifically wanted to focus on artists under 150,000 monthly listeners to really bring a new audience to the artists. The artists will range in genres, so hopefully there's a little bit of something for everyone. So with that being said, let's dive in. First on this list, I don't really know how to say bro's name, I can't lie. I think it's Caleb RS or Calerbs or something, but he's primarily an instrumental artist focusing on media and vocal sample flips, very reminiscent of Devon Hendrix and producers like Madlib. He has a really nice glossy, nearly psychedelic soundscape with typical styles of drums, but they aren't doing that much, but at the same time they're doing just enough. At the time of filming this video, Caleb is nearly at 1,000 monthly listeners, but he has the potential and range to boost these listeners rapidly, as well as the fact that he's seeing a lot of growth on TikTok, where I actually found him for myself. At the time of recording this, only 3 albums have been released, with pretty basic titles, but they perfectly summarize the sounds you'll be hearing when you dive into these projects, so check bro out. Here's a few songs I'll put on the screen right now. I mess with them heavy. Let me know what you think, and let's dive into the next artist. Big Luke is a 16 or 17-year-old traditional hip-hop artist who started posting absolute hits to streaming services not long ago in mid-2024. He's immense, currently over 12,000 monthly listeners, and I actually found him from this second streaming service song, Sedative, a unique approach of jazz rap with cool vocal inflections reminding me a lot of Kendrick Lamar. After I heard this track on TikTok, I instantly tapped in. Letting Luke know how fire his work was, I also posted the first ever TikTok that someone posted to a Big Luke song, trying to further push his agenda. Now, although living miles away, me and Luke are in contact and talk somewhat frequently, since he's dropped 2 full-length albums and multiple EPs and projects, which are all very cohesive and engaging to listen to. Luke has an insanely impressive flow and lyrics that can really pull on your heartstrings. His albums represent themes proudly, and he's able to really drive a careful narrative through his words. Luke, along with some of his frequent collaborators and friends being Sandro, Cloudy, and of course Q the Hero and Colin, have sounds that really work well together, bouncing off each other's charisma and energy perfectly. I've had a few songs to recommend you to check out. I'll throw them on the screen now. But with that being said, let's dive into the next artist. Tech Meta is a bouncy, rage, and synth-based artist with addictive vocals and ad-libs reminiscent of Sofago. This dude absolutely flows on every track he's ever been on, and has some really clean flows and his cadence on these tracks despite not having many. He's immense 13,000 monthly listeners at the time of recording this, and I found him maybe a bit longer than a year ago on TikTok for his first ever streaming service drop, Crystal. With the wavy, bouncy, ethereal beat that instantly blew me away for an artist with this low streams, I continue to push the Tech Meta Nation and highly recommend tapping in before this dude is huge. Here's a few songs I highly suggest you tapping into. Next, we got another hip-hop act, Vax For Real. Dude has the underground under storm right